Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Southampton Preschool, where children come first. We are happy that you are thinking of choosing our preschool as part of your child's educational experience. We want your child to be happy and successful at Southampton Preschool. We believe that you play a key role. That role is to continually support and show interest in your child. The child who knows that his or her family is interested in and supports the school program will almost have fewer problems in school, thus enjoying a greater all-round success. We believe in fair and consistent discipline that encourages students to be responsible for themselves. At preschool, we create a safe environment where courtesy and kindness prevails. We provide a literature-rich learning environment. Our instruction is 100% hands-on, interactive learning experiences. We are confident that your child will enjoy his or her learning experience here at Southampton Preschool. Please do not hesitate to communicate with the school regarding any information that you feel will better serve your child and family. We believe that communication amongst parents, students, and teachers is critical in assuring student success. Again, welcome. We have 4 classroom teachers. Ms. Duran, she's the teacher of the Bluebirds, the Bright Start 3-year-old program. We have Ms. De Silva, she's the teacher of the Dancing Dolphins. We have Ms. Shauna Muhammad, the teacher of the Little Heroes. And Ms. Payne, the teacher of the Shining Stars. We also have Ms. Verlette Wilson, our paraeducator. We have Ms. Patricia Deal, our learning support teacher. Ms. Marita Martinez, our school counselor. And Ms. Deshawn Doors, our educational therapist. We also supply support services from occupational therapy, speech language pathology, and physiotherapy. Our mission statement. At Southampton Preschool, we will provide a safe, nurturing, and stimulating environment which encourages risk-taking, problem-solving, exploration, and development of the whole child. Each member of Southampton Preschool community will be valued and acknowledged. We will celebrate our similarities and our differences while fostering self-esteem, self-confidence, and respect for self and others. At Southampton Preschool, we will play, have fun in an environment conducive to learning. Our vision statement. Our vision is to develop well-rounded, confident, and responsible students who aspire to achieve their full potential. At Southampton Preschool, we will do this by providing a welcoming, happy, safe, supportive learning environment in which everyone is equal and all achievements are celebrated.
This is our main entrance. The beautiful artwork was designed by Ms. Nicole Rattery, who is coming to our school 2 times per week to teach art to all the students. We also have a butterfly garden outside, where the children can come and see the metamorphosis of a butterfly each and every day. We have a large outside playground equipment. At one side is the swings, and the other side is the actual playground equipment. Lots of room for students to run, play, have fun, all while developing their gross motor skills. We also have an upper playground that was designed by inmates, thus establishing a community partnership. They put together a sandbox, table, chairs, and 3 houses, and the children can be seen visiting this area each and every day. Here we have a bulletin board that displays the children's activities for the whole 3 different terms.
We will now have Ms. Kim De Silva talk about a typical day at preschool. Ms. De Silva? Mr. Silva?
Hi. Good evening again. Good evening. I'm sorry, I was on mute. I was so excited to tell you about our day that I didn't take it off. A typical day at Southampton Preschool begins at 8:30. We welcome the children out in the courtyard due to COVID. As parents, you are unable to get out of the car. You and your child have to arrive at school with masks on. We come and take the child's temperature, and then the child proceeds to the classroom where they put their bags in their cubbies and wash their hands to start their day. And the typical day is the first hour of preschool, we have what is known as choice time. This is where the children are able to choose activities that have been set out in the classroom by their teachers. Typical areas are things like a block area, a dramatic play area, which is like a kitchen. They have a science area, math area, a listening center, to name a few. And while they are in choice time, we do small group activities with the children. And those usually consist of the Mighty Minutes, which looks like this. And one of the activities, usually there we do hands-on. So for example, I had an activity where they had to take a letter out and see if they could match it and find it on the bus. So that's an example of an activity. When choice time is over, the children pack away, and then they will come to group time, or better known to most people as circle time, where they will participate in things such as the calendar, the question of the day. And right now we're doing a box study. So a typical question might be, did you see a box today? Did you use a box today? During that time, you also might do something called Mighty Minutes, which is usually a fun activity where they move. It's physical usually most of the time, and sometimes it's rhyming. But they cover the objectives that we cover in the school. Then usually it's fruit time. They have their fruit, so they wash up again, they eat their fruit, set their tables for lunch, and then they come back to circle area and they have read aloud. So usually the read aloud is a story that we read to them. We introduce that it has a cover, it has the front page, a back page, the title, an author, an illustrator. With this particular book, I used an actual pack of crayons, and when they were finished, they went and drew a picture using their crayons based on the story itself. When they have finished story time, it's usually time to go outside to play, and we have an hour of outdoor activity every day. So we are blessed in that we have 4 classes and we have 4 areas to play, so they rotate. So today, my students were on bikes. Tomorrow, they will go down to the playground that you saw with the climbing frame. The following day, which is the weekend, but on a normal day, it would be on the swings, and then they have balls and other things with them. And then the final one is up top where you saw the house and the sandbox and things. So they rotate through the activities outside. When that is all finished, they come back on up, they wash their hands again, ready for lunch. They eat their lunch, then they have about a half hour of an activity. Sometimes they go back outside to play, sometimes they have another story, sometimes they do a song or a game. It depends on the individual teacher. And then after that, they have rest time. So they would go and use the toilet before they go to rest, and they all have their own cots and they rest for an hour. And when they get up, they come back to class. We have wrap up. So that could be something like asking them, what activity did we do today? What was your favorite activity? Maybe telling them what we're going to do tomorrow. And also on Tuesdays, we do Owls Pals, which usually delves into social emotional. And the one thing I did forget is in the morning, we do Haggerty every morning. So that's like some rhyming and things. So that's it in a nutshell. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
We will now have Mrs. Muhammad, and she's going to talk about the actual box study that we're taking place, what we're doing right now. Ms. Muhammad, Shauna Muhammad.
Good evening, everyone. So like Mr. Silva has shared, we started the box study this week. So you may say, oh, why are you studying boxes? Let me just begin by saying boxes are, all our studies are meant to spark curiosity and natural inquisitiveness. Just think about when you buy a toy for a child and then they end up playing with the box more than they play with the toy. I'm sure you're seeing that happen. Lots of children love boxes. Boxes have the power to hold the children's attention and develop their imagination. Take 2 seconds to just think about what your child may learn about boxes. Just 2 seconds. Who thought of shapes? Flat shapes versus 3D shapes, or rectangles versus rectangular prisms? The face of boxes are all vocabulary your child can learn when studying boxes. Did anyone think of size or sorting? They can easily learn about sorting by shape and size, and even ordering from smallest to biggest. How about volume? Anybody thought? Because I know when we think about boxes, we think about volume. If we're older, we don't teach the formulas, but we do teach how many maybe balls can be contained inside this box. It can, or how many, or if we're teaching maybe how many smaller balls, so that it inquires thinking and things like that, and even guessing and estimation. Anybody thought of weight? Of course, we can talk about heavy and light and things, which involves pulling and pushing. We can even study about pulleys and science. Anybody thought about time? Not the time it takes to receive our boxes from Amazon, but maybe time on which you can move a box from A to B. Like if it's heavier, does it take longer? So it inquires children to think more. And even if we're talking about packages, before COVID, we were able to go to the post office and learn about how a package is moved from different places across the world, or even in Bermuda, and learning about writing letters. So we can still involve the post office. We may set up a little dramatic play area in our classroom that involves scales and boxes and learning about weight. And even we can learn about alphabet knowledge and print concepts. If I know everybody's child likes to look at even the cereal box, you can see they can recognize lots of print on a cereal box. And we may play fun games, pulling letters from boxes and things like that. So you see, the list can go on and on of what we can learn about boxes. The study of boxes builds on children's curiosity and promotes important skills as children gather information. They learn about the world around them, and most importantly, they learn to think and solve problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mohammed. At Southampton Preschool and all the preschools on the island, we have something called the creative curriculum. As we prepare children for success in school and life, it's more important than ever to educate the whole child. Research shows the whole child approach to education, one where children have opportunities to develop not only in math and literacy skills, but also social, emotional, physical, and cognitive skills, is developmentally appropriate and better prepares children for life well beyond their time in its classroom. So the approach, the creative curriculum for preschool, is one of the most widely used pre-K curricula in the nation. It's comprehensive, research-based, and features exploration and discovery as a way of learning. Foundation volumes help teachers to create high-quality learning environments and supports deep understanding of early childhood best practices, theories, and research. Rebot's daily resources provide the instructional tools and materials to engage children in project-based investigations and make every moment of the day meaningful, intentional, and engaging. The creative curriculum for preschool is proven to increase kindergarten readiness, academically rigorous, and promote social emotional development. It's rated higher than any preschool curriculum in the nation. It's inclusive, supporting all children. It's aligned to all state learning guidelines and the Head Start early learning outcomes. We will now have Mrs. Katushka Durant, and she's going to talk about the components of creative curriculum. Ms. Durant?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Southampton Preschool. So, as my colleagues have expressed, the creative curriculum, we have the Mighty Minutes. It's a collection of 100 quick, playful, and engaging activities that are designed to inspire learning. So usually we use it for transitioning, like it will say, one of my favorites, it's hippity hoppity. And I will use my fingers and I'll say hippity hoppity, how many? And they have to count how many fingers in total. So they have different playful activities. It could be rhyme, it could be letters, it could be songs as well. So it's really fun. The other one is the book discussion cards. As the name says it, book discussion cards offer suggestions for introduction of each book, emphasizing vocabulary, making comments, and asking probing questions. And then the intentional teaching cards. It's part of our curriculum, and which is more of small groups. And this is more geared toward either math or science or literacy with letters or language arts. So the intentional teaching cards are playful, engaging activities that allow the teachers to do just that. It adapts activities for children at different developmental levels, and it just has different games as well for them to have fun in learning. Thank you very much.
We can now have Mrs. Eugenia Payne, and she's going to talk about the COVID-19 protocols for entry and exit on a daily basis. Ms. Payne?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eugenia Payne. I'm the teacher of the Shining Stars class. And this evening, I just want to tell you about the after-school care program. Here we offer an after-school program that runs from 3 o'clock to 5:45. This program is currently run by teachers here at Southampton Preschool. If your child will be attending after-school program, please send them extra water and a snack. When you're collecting your child from after-school care, you are permitted to enter through the gate and locate your child on the playground or in the kitchen. If your child is on the playground, please wait at the top of the stairs and your child will be sent to you. If they're in the kitchen, you can wait just outside the door. And we're doing this to help keep our distance and to maintain our bubbles. As far as the COVID-19 protocols, we have an entry and exit safety and health protocol. These protocols have been established by the Department of Health. When you arrive on the school premises, all persons must wear a mask. At this time, parents and guardians are not allowed into the building. Therefore, you will be met at the entry gate at 8:30, and that's the start of the school day. And you'll be asked 4 COVID-19 related questions. If you answer yes to any of these questions, your child will not be allowed into the school. When your child arrives at school, they must wear a mask until they enter their own classroom. Once the students are in their classroom, they are allowed to remove their masks for the day and must wash their hands. Classes are well ventilated and students play in their own assigned learning areas. They also have their separate containers where they have their own classroom supplies in them. Students are encouraged to practice hand washing throughout the day. All classrooms remain in their bubbles for the entire day. Thanks to our large physical layout, students also remain in their classroom groups for outdoor play. One class will go to the large playground, the other will ride bikes, the other will be on the smaller playground, and the last group will be on the swings. We have a full-time cleaner who sanitizes the highly touched surface areas and toys throughout the day. And we also have an after-school cleaner who cleans the main classrooms. Thank you.
We also have a morning care program which starts from 7:30 to 8:30 because school goes at 8:30. So we do offer a morning care program as well. At this time, I want to entertain any questions that you might have at this particular time. Let's go. The registration for the 2022 to 2023 school year takes place on the following dates: January the 14th, Friday, tomorrow, to February the 4th. Everything is done online. And this year, actually last year we admitted, we did a 3-year-old pilot program for the 3-year-olds. I'm hoping that we're gonna have it again this year. And so we were taking 8 3-year-olds. They have to be turning 3 by that particular year, this year. And we're taking 30 4-year-olds. And the ratio is 10-1 for the 4-year-olds.
Hi, Ms. Jones. I just want to note that it's
Yes.
tomorrow that registration starts, but
Yes.
it's not until midnight that the applications will be available. So I know
Okay.
some people might wake up tomorrow and say they can't get on. It's actually as of midnight, okay?
Okay, and that's our educational office for special education, Ms. Carmelita Trott. Does anyone have any questions? No questions, parents?
I have a few questions.
Sure.
Sorry, it's a bit noisy here. When in the daily schedule, I heard you do an hour of rest time. For those kids that don't nap or are more active, how does that work with them?
So basically, we don't force the children to sleep. We have them lay on their cots, and we tend to have on like calming music. We tend to read them stories at the same time, but they do not have to go to sleep at all.
Okay, and like if they struggle to stay in one space, is that? I mean, I'm sure they get used to the schedule, but
yeah, they do. They do. So we've never had any child like get up and run around. They see the other children resting, and they follow suit. So that's never been a problem for us at all.
But they're allowed things like books and things, calm activities.
Yes.
Okay. And my other question was, how do you do sort of religion within the school? Is there daily prayer? Are there other religions other than Christianity addressed in the classroom, in literature, in books and things like that?
No, we have a morning prayer. We have a lunch hour prayer which says we give thanks for friends and food, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
We have a diverse group of religions here at in Bermuda.
Yeah.
And so
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yes, there's a question in the chat. How do you access the registration forms?
You actually have to go online. There's a link that was provided on the Facebook page for education, and I think the link is called Miss, I'm trying to, the link offhand?
I don't. It's a Facebook link, and I'll find it while you're answering their questions. Or you can easily go on www.moed, and they should be on there as well as of midnight. But there's a Facebook link you can click on as well. I'll try to find that while we're answering other questions. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
There's also another question about the fees for morning and after school care.
Okay, so Mrs. DeSilva, you want to answer that question?
Not really.
Okay, so basically, the morning care is from 7:30 to 8:30, and the charge is $4 per day. But if your child comes one day, it's $4. They come the whole week, it will be $20, Mrs. DeSilva?
That's correct.
Yes. And that's from 7:30 to 8:30. The after school is from 3 o'clock to 5:45, and that's $10 per day. So if they come one day, it's $10, 2 days is $20. If they come 5 days is $50, but we don't charge $50 if they only come. We don't charge $50. We only charge $50 if they come to 5 days. So, like I said, if they come one day, it's $10. Two is $20. Three is $30.
And just a little FYI, should your child be out sick or miss a day for whatever reason, they have an appointment or what have you, we carry that money over to the following week.
We were also hoping to have youth and sports to the after school program. We're not quite sure if that's going to go through for the most part, but it's basically offered at Warwick Preschool, I think, and I think Devonshire Preschool and Prospect, Mrs. Trott.
Yes. Prospect, Victor Scott, Warwick, and Devonshire. It's 4 preschools that have after school programs.
Yes.
That the youth and sport run, and then at other preschools, just like Southampton, teachers are running the programs.
Ms. Jones, I'd just like to let you know that Ms. Eve has just joined us in case there's any questions that need to be directed to her.
Yeah. She's our registration officer. So if you have any questions about registration, feel free to ask right now.
And Ms. Eve, welcome. You can give the link. I was quickly trying to find it. Can you give the parents the link to get onto the registration forms? I know it's www.moed, but what's the other link? That was the question I was trying to answer. So I'm glad you're on.
Okay, so the link, good evening, everyone. The link is, I'll write it in the chat. The link will not be available until tomorrow. I'd like to first state that it is not, I hear there's a rumor going around, so everybody's waiting for midnight to strike. It is not based on first come, first serve. So a lot of people plan on staying up tonight. So please don't all rush to go out and submit your applications. This year, I am trying something a little bit different this year. It is not, we are used to having a 3-day registration. And based on the responses that I've gotten back from parents last year, that they did not have their documentation in order and that they were not aware of when our registrations were, I am actually opening up registration this year to be from 3 days to be 3 weeks. So registration is actually being held January the 14th up until February the 4th. Please make sure that you have the correct documentation with a copy of your child's birth certificate, no passports, a copy of a Balco bill in your name for verification of address. Should you not have a Balco bill in your name, a copy of your lease or a copy of your bank statement. I do not need to see your money, but just to verify, because we do know that the banks also do their due diligence in making sure that verification of address. There's no letters accepted from parents to say that Jackie stays with me, okay? And there is also no acceptance of cell phone bills. The placements for Southampton Preschool is based on all placements for preschools are based on parish. So in order to be accepted and your application not be denied in any way, shape, or form for Southampton Preschool, you have to reside actually in the parish of Southampton. And so that encompasses anywhere east of Somerset Bridge. Okay, any other questions?
Thank you, Mrs. Eve. She's such a
no problem.
Registration officer, the best.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
That's it.
So we look forward to seeing your little ones in September. We're so excited. It's a great school. You'll love it here for your child. We have great teachers, such a big playground, upper and lower. We have so much physical space for your child to develop. So,
Ms. Eve, did you put it in the link? I don't see it. I'm just making sure for the parent that asked. Did you put the link, Ian? I know you answered the question.
Hello. Am I on?
Yes, you're on.
I had a question about, will the students be able to see the school beforehand, or when the first day of school starts is the first time they'll be able to go onto the property?
So basically, it all depends on what phase we're in.
Mhm.
We normally have a orientation that's normally held like in June, and we invite parents in. But like I said, it all depends on what phase we're in for the most part. We also, in the past, we had like buddy day where they can come in for like a half a day and just, I would assign them to a particular classroom and they can just spend a day with a particular teacher. So it all depends on the COVID protocols. It's, the world has changed tremendously, so we're hoping we can go back to some form of normalcy soon. And if it is that way, we definitely have an orientation and a buddy day for your child.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have more, sorry. When I know you said that registration isn't done on a first come first serve basis, is there any criteria? Is it just a lottery system, or is there criteria on which children are admitted? Is there usually a surplus of applications to places? How does it work?
I think, Miss Eve, are you still on? Because I was just looking for you. I was looking because I asked you about the Miss Eve.
I think she's gone.
Oh. So it's not a lotto system, ma'am. What they do is look at your address, I believe, and your age. But let Miss Joins, can you just send your name,
so basically,
Joins, and then
yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, the child has to be turning 4 by December 31st of this year right here. And for the 3-year-old program, they have to be turning 3 by December 31st of this year. It's done on a parish basis. So we take children east of Somerset Bridge. So our postal code will be MA06 to SN04, I think it is. Yeah, and it's not done on first come first serve basis. That's not how we operate.
So if you get sort of more applications than there are places for students, how do you decide which students are admitted?
I knew that was your question, and I if you can give your number to Miss Join.
Yes.
Then we will get that correct answer to you. I don't want to say the wrong thing because you are asking a question. And in actual fact, some other parents might say, I want to know that too.
Yeah, no, I just
so Miss Joins might be able to, when she sends a thank you for attending this open house, we can have the correct answer for you in that. I know what your question is.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I wish Miss Eve was on to address it because she has a certain way of answering it, and I don't want to not do her justice. Can I just say that you know who I am? I'm Carmelita Trott, and I'm the one who helps to transition children into preschool. And so to make their transition really easy, I get involved with meeting the parents, talking about your child. So if you have any concerns with your child, small or large, I'm asking that you contact me by phone or email, and I'll certainly call or email you back. And we will have a dialogue, and then from that conversation, we'll know where to go. It could be about speech, it could be about occupational therapy, physical therapy, it could be about some behavior concerns you might have, it can be some anxiety your child might have starting a preschool. So if you have any concerns, please reach out to me. I'm Carmelita Trott. I'm an education officer at the Department of Education, and I help all parents transition their children into preschool. Some children have never been into a school. They've been home with mom or dad or grandparents. So I just ask that you reach out to me so that I can make your child have a smooth transition into any preschool. But tonight we're talking about Southampton Preschool. So reach out, and I'll let you know if it's a concern we want to take up or if it's nothing to worry about, because like Ms. Joyne said, the great staff at Southampton will be able to meet your child's needs. Okay.
On this last page right there, we have it says contact us. The information is on this particular page right here. So my email address is kjoins@moed.bm. Mrs. Carmelita Trott's email address is cartrott@gov.bm. And Ms. Jacqueline Eve, the registration coordinator, is eve@gov.bm.
Ms. Brinkman, did you have a question? I see your hand up.
Yes.
Good night, all. I have a quick question. My daughter, she's very smart, intelligent. Now, if you see that she's getting bored with her stuff, with the stuff that you're giving her, would you push her to do extra stuff? I don't want her to be bored. So I want to know, are you going to push her in advance when it comes to the education?
So basically, we differentiate instruction. And so if a child is needing something different from the other child, and that's where the differentiation instruction comes in place. So if your child knows the letters and sounds, we sometimes I would start them on like with beginning reading books and stuff for the most part. So we meet the children where they're at, and we give them challenges. We give them challenges and we expose them. The key word is exposure and challenges. Yes.
Okay. It's just that my child's like, I swear she's more than on her level. And I don't want her to get bored.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ms. Brinkman, that's the joy of the creative curriculum.
Yes.
The children are able to explore, so what they're interested in, we can really focus on. I think Ms. Muhammad was talking about the box study. And so it's a lot of things that she may not know about boxes. And so by being investigators and exploring, she'll be enriched. Because it's not always just about academics. It's about engaging the children in getting ready for P1, for school readiness. So they really do a great job. And once you get to dig into the creative curriculum, you'll see how it advances according to where your child is at.
And also in their lesson plans, they have part of the lesson plans would engage into like small group instruction, large group instruction, individualized instruction as well. So they will tap into those skills. Ms. Trott?
Yes, sorry, I just had one more question.
Sure.
After the registration closes on February 4th, how long is it until you know whether your child has been accepted generally?
It's usually maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks after that. So I'm looking at probably sometime in March, maybe. I'm thinking.
I heard Ms. Eve in another presentation at another preschool. She said March 28th.
Okay.
And I must apologize for her parents. You may be wondering where she is. There are several open houses tonight. There are primary school open houses as well. And so she might have had to jump out of Ms. Jones to go to another one because we're trying to get to everybody to answer some questions. So she might have jumped out to go to a primary school open house as everybody's having their open house this week. Sorry. So I'll apologize for her, but we'll get the answers that you need specifically soon.
Any other questions?
Hi, good evening. I have a question with regards to the 3-year-old program. If it's not 8 children, would you still have the program, or does it have to be like a certain amount that you're looking for?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have the program again, and I'm sure we would have probably more than 8 children that's gonna apply for it. So yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Children that don't eat, are they like forced to eat before playtime, or do you guys just not force them to eat? Like when they get in the moods and don't want to eat?
Mr. Silva or Mrs. Payne, you can answer that question, or Mrs. Durant, Ms. Muhammad.
I have a very finicky eater in my class this year. I spoke to the parents just because I was concerned she wasn't eating, and they explained she was. So when she says to me, I've had enough, I say, you're not hungry anymore? And she says, no. I said, okay, then pack up. Nobody forces them to eat. I always tell parents there's 3 reasons that we don't eat. 1, we don't like it. 2, we may not be feeling well. And I can't even think of the third one, sorry. But yes, there's always a reason, you know, in our taste buds, they're at that young age, their taste buds are constantly changing. So they may like something today and eat, say, for example, pizza every night, and all of a sudden I don't want pizza anymore. So it does happen. But we do ask that you don't use us for trial things. We have had many times where parents will send, for example, a tuna fish sandwich for the first time. The child's never had it before, but they send it to school and the kid will not touch it. So, you know, we ask that you choose wisely when you send, and healthy choices.
Okay.
And I just want to ask you, I need to have your name.
Antoine Barchu.
Just so that when we do the register, we know who attended.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
My name is Antoine Barchu.
Okay, I sent you a personal inbox just to ask you not to, you know, didn't want to put you on the spot like that.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you, hon.
Hi, sorry. Is the link gonna be put in the chat for the registration? Because I don't see it.
I was just trying to secretly get
sorry.
I was just trying to secretly get Miss Eve on the phone. I think she must be talking to some parents. I'm gonna get you that link before we hang up, I promise.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Pro. Yes, baby.
I think I might have it here as well. Let me just check. Hold on 1 minute.
She is not answering my phone call. I'm so sorry, parents.
I think I might have the link, Mrs. Trot. Let me just check. No, I don't. I just had the link for the open house events, and that was pretty much. Hold on. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
I know, and I know what it is. Hold on just a few minutes. I'm going to call another administrator because we had the meeting, and I think she has it. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening. Is there facilities for if the kids have hot lunches?
No. No, we ask that the children bring their hot lunch in a flask. We were asked to take our microwaves out of our classrooms when COVID hit, so we have no means to warm up lunches. So you can get these containers that they sell. I've seen them in some of the grocery shops, as well as I think some of the pharmacies, that you can put hot lunches in, and they're not hot at lunchtime, but they're warm. And what I recommend is you pour hot water in it. I used to, when my sons were little, put boiling water in it, swill it around, dump it out, and put the hot food in. It tends to stay warmer longer.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I see also in the chat, where do the children rest? It wants to know if they rest in class, and do we need to send sleep mats?
So basically, what we do, we sell a kit, and then the kit would include a cut sheet, the school T-shirt, 5 napkins. We are a trash-free school, so they have to bring a napkin to school every day, a cloth napkin. It's what else is it? A school T-shirt, a cut sheet,
a zipper note. It has a zipper note bag, a hat, the cot sheet that fits the cot that they sleep on, as their school T-shirt, and the 5 napkins.
Yes.
But your child will also need a cover. The sheet just covers the cot itself. They'll need some form of a cover.
Especially in the winter months.
About the size of a
Hi,
regular
Nancy. I'm just
pile.
on open house for Southampton Preschool. Do you have the link for the parents to sign?
Somebody just asked how much the price of the T-shirts are. I don't know if they'll be the same as this year.
I think they were $20. Yeah, they were $20. Yeah, I actually have one here. Hold on. No, I don't. You get them from Sidekicks. It's kind of like a golf shirt and has a dress on the side. and they wear them every Friday. And I think it was $20 per T-shirt. I think I'm sure of that.
And did you want to let them know how much the cost of the
Yes,
entire?
so the entire kit would cost $50.
And it
And like I
includes the
said,
bag that everything comes in.
yes. And the girls get to choose girly napkins, and the boys get to choose boy napkins as well. Any other questions, parents?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to get in touch with anybody tonight.
Okay,
Tonight
that's
must be a
fine.
busy night, but we will get that information to you.
Yeah, and like I said, you can email me, and I can just give you the link for that. My email address is kjoins@moed.bm, and hopefully by tomorrow we'll have the link for that for registration. And I'm almost sure it should be on the Facebook government education page or www.moed.bm. It will definitely have it on their page. That's the education website. Any other questions? So if there are no other questions, we can end our meeting, and we're so excited about your child coming to us for September. Have a great evening, guys, parents. And any questions you need to ask, feel free to call me or email me. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to visit our open house tonight. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you.